Top surprising technology fact that you don't know. Technology ever changing and ever growing bring us the future we have always imagined. But how did it get to where we are now and where will it go next? Did you know that you could earn money for finding bugs with Facebook? Do you know that actual meaning of Android or how much of the world's currency is digital? So without further ado, here are the top surprising technology fact that you probably don't know. Let's get started. The Firefox logo is not a fox. There is a common misbelief that because the browser is named Firefox, the logo must be a fox. Surprisingly, the cute furry creature in the logo is actually a red panda. The first Apple logo is not what you would think. The first Apple logo is this. Originally, it features Newton sitting beneath a tree with an apple about to fall on his head. Samsung is 38 years and 1 month older than Apple. Samsung was founded as a grocery store on March 1st in 1938. We all know about kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte and terabyte. But did you know a petabyte is a lot of data? We all know 1 GB is same as 1024 MB. But did you know that 1 petabyte is equivalent to 1024 terabyte? To give an example of how big this is, a 1 petabyte hard drive could hold 13.3 years of HDTV videos. Domain name registration used to be free. Way back when people did not realize how huge the internet would be, registration a domain name was free until 1995. When a fee was introduced, it was high price, worth typically $100 for 2 years of registration. Megabyte use weight hundreds of pounds. More especially, 5 megabytes of data weight 1 ton. In 1956, the first computer had something similar to a hard drive. At the time, it was a huge leap in storage capabilities, but the cabinet that contains the hard drive weighed over 2200 pounds and could hold 5 MBs of data. The radio took 38 years to reach an audience of 50 million. You would think the invention of the radio would be a big deal, but it took 38 years for the radio to reach an audience of 50 million. Meanwhile, the iPod only took 3 years to reach the same milestone. The next one is really huge upgrade. The first camera needed an incredible long exposure. The first photograph ever taken in 1826 took 8 hours to expose. The creator of that camera, Louis, was able to lower that time drastically to just 15 minutes in 1839. Alexa is always listening to your conversation. This is probably not new to you. Siri has been doing it forever. Alexa stores your dialogue's history to its cloud to help improve your Alexa experience. But you can review and delete these recordings either in bulk or individual. Pupil rate faster or slower depending what they are read from. Not only do you blink less when you are on computer, but reading from a screen also slow you down. On average, people read 10% slower from a screen than from paper. As for the blinking part, did you know that during everyday life, people normally blink at a rate of 20 times per minute, but put them in front of computer and that number drops way down to 7 times per minute. GPS is free, we all know. Even though it is free to use GPS globally, it costs $2 million to operate every day. This money comes from American tax revenue. Steve Jobs used sleight of hands at the first iPhone presentation. The first iPhone presentation happened 6 months before the iPhone was set to hit the market. At that time, the phone was too buggy to use, so Steve Jobs often had to switch phones behind his desk. Otherwise, it would run out of RAM and crash. This one is shocking. Apollo 11 astronauts could not afford insurance. Life insurance for a space mission cost a fortune because the risks were extremely high back then. So instead, the astronauts of Apollo 11 signed hundreds of covers that their family could sail in case anything went wrong. Everyone uses Google as a spell checker. 97% of people type in word to Google just to see if they've spelled it right. I knew I am definitely among that 97%. There's a name for when you feel your phone is vibrating but it does not. This is my favorite tech fact on this list. Phantom vibration syndrome is the name for when someone thinks their phone is vibrating but it's not. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.